As if you needed another reason to avoid ticks when you head outside, here is one more. You could end up allergic to red meat like beef or pork.
This particular wrinkle comes to us courtesy of the Lone Star tick. And while its numbers here in Maine are still small, the effects of its bite can be life-threatening. Here's News Center Maine's Vivian Lee.
Come on. Come here. For Beth Carrison, everything started after she found a tick embedded in her back. Then days later, weird rashes started.
My skin would start itching and burning, and we couldn't really figure out what was happening.
Beth was never a big red meat eater, but did occasionally have pork. And when she had some bacon, that rash came back with a vengeance. Even being near cooked pork in a public place led to excruciating pain.
By the time I'd leave the grocery store, I'd be covered in hives, just because it's airborne.
9 years ago, Beth was diagnosed with alpha-gal syndrome, which is triggered by a bite from a Lone Star tick, which doesn't carry Lyme disease. Some people will develop an allergy to alpha-gal, which is a carbohydrate found in mammals, making those people allergic to meat, including beef, pork, lamb, and other products made from mammals. The reactions include hives, facial swelling, shortness of breath, gastrointestinal distress, sneezing, headaches, and anaphylaxis. But unlike peanuts or shellfish, the reactions are wide-ranging and not immediate.
It's difficult to pinpoint because they had the reaction to something they ate 8 hours ago.
Dr. Tina Merritt is an allergist immunologist in Bentonville, Arkansas. She trained with a doctor who discovered alpha-gal and is a survivor herself. She works with patients from throughout the country, advising them to avoid exposure, but to always be prepared.
To have an antihistamine on hand, have epinephrine on hand for just in case. And so it's almost like, having a peanut allergy. You have to be aware and avoid it. But then if you accidentally get exposed, have your action plan.
Beth, meanwhile, co-founded Tick-Borne Conditions United. The nonprofit provides education, training, support, and advocacy for alpha-gal syndrome and other tick-borne diseases. She's also worked with other advocates to raise awareness on the federal level about AGS, which was recently identified by the CDC. While her AGS is in remission, Beth, who also has Lyme, always takes precautions against ticks anytime she's outdoors because another tick bite,
It really is a walking minefield every day.
could reignite her symptoms again. In Shapley, Vivian Lee, News Center, Maine.
The CDC says there were more than 34,000 documented cases in the U.S. alone between 2010 and 2019, but that number could be much higher because many cases likely went undiagnosed.
If you would like more information on alpha-gal syndrome, just head to our website or our News Center Maine app.